That 18th birthday got a bit out of hand. Fair few almighty hangovers this morning, I imagine, but nothing we need to follow up on.
So, quiet night in town except for the burg at the phone home shop?
Yes. A neighbour reported an alarm timed at 20:30. Joe and Evan attended first up.
We do have a description of a vehicle seen cruising up and down prior to the break-in.
The witness was an 88-year-old woman, Mrs. Arkley, on the waiting list for a cataract operation. And she saw a square-looking old model red car damaged on the driver's side, possibly a Volvo.
Very good.
What we do have is a list of the serial numbers, makes and models of the 50-plus mobiles that went missing.
Latest gear, most of these.
That's what all the kids are after. You name it, they've got it.
Yeah, but where would you get rid of 50 mobile phones in Mount Thomas? It's got to be an out-of-towner. Probably long gone.
Hey!
Geez, he's in a hurry.
A red Volvo could be in.
You wish.
Drinks on you tonight if it is, eh?
You're on. You think you can catch him?
Gee, I'm not too sure about that.
You get a look at him?
Oh, youngish guy, I think.
Was he deaf or something?
Looks like beers on you tonight, Jonesy. Oh, God. The new lights, he must have gone through the red. You check in on him, I'll see the others.
Oh, okay. What happened?
It's okay, it's all right.
It's broken.
Stay nice and calm. Everything's going to be fine. Can you turn the ignition off, please?
Yeah.
Mount Thomas 208 to BKC. Can we have an ambulance, please, to the corner of Ann Street and Hammer Street? MVA, we've got 2 injured, all conscious.
I couldn't do anything. I didn't even have time to brake. That idiot woman, she must have seen the red light.
The other driver says it was you who went through the red.
No way. That light was green when I went through it.
You took off, ignored our siren and failed to pull over, Mr. Hart.
I didn't even know you were there. I was playing a tape. Okay, I admit that was stupid, but I didn't go through the red. Look, I want to know what my charges are here.
Try driving in a manner dangerous for starters.
You're...
Santa Claus. You aware that traffic lights have been installed at that intersection?
No, but I saw them in plenty of time if they had have been red.
Been a while since you've been in town, is it?
Yeah, I've been away at uni.
Doing?
Law, detective.
Hard. You're John and Kerry's son, aren't you? They, moved out, sold up?
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know the phone home shop in Penhope Road?
Know it, but, never been there. Why?
This your mobile phone?
Could be. Can I see it?
It was found in your car, Mr. Hart.
Yeah, it's mine. Bought it at the pub.
Yeah, Robbie came in just after 9 and Mark not long after.
Mark?
Mark Layla. They're both doing law down in Melbourne Uni. They're good mates.
This Mark Laylaw, should I know him?
Son of Reg Laylaw, solicitor, former mayor.
So Robbie's got himself some influential mates.
Moving up in the world, eh? Did he, talk to anyone else at all?
Apart from Mark.
Ah.
Well, it's just he's mentioned a fair-haired young guy, average build, average height, who sold him a mobile phone.
Nah, not that I noticed.
From Keeler?
Oh, I just leave it on the tray, Mr. Cutter.
You look after it, Fun?
Will do.
G'day.
Cutter?
Tony Cutter. He's on a holiday doing a bit of sightseeing.
Oh. Booked in when?
Yesterday afternoon.
How did Robbie Hart's bloke check out?
No, I didn't. I reckon he's selling porkies. Hey, you know Tony Cutter?
Don't think so, why?
I saw him at the pub. Just know him from somewhere.
Basically where it all happens. Everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Liz Stewart, who's my younger sister.
G'day, Liz. I'm Tess Gallagher. How you going?
Mr. Hasham, I need to see.
Yeah, Jonesy.
Oh, hi, Josie. Most people call me Liz.
Joe Parrish.
Oh, hi.
And this is the boss, a.k.a. Senior Sergeant Tom Croydon. This is my little sister, Liz.
Nice to meet you. How are you, Liz? Sorry.
Yeah, what is it?
He's my flatmate, the famous, or shall I say, infamous Senior Detective P.J. Hasham.
Oh, PJ. Mr.
Wait,
Hasham.
hang on.
I've heard so much about you.
Oh, likewise. How are you?
Good. I'll call back, Mr. Hasham.
Okay, thanks, Benny. What brings about?
Oh, just a probate case. Well, actually, I'm doing one of the senior partners a big favour.
Ah, so you're the lawyer?
Yeah, I wanted to be a copper but didn't want to shave the big brother.
Oh.
Yeah, can I just grab that spare camera?
Yeah, sure. PJ, I hope you didn't mind, mate. So I just said that Liz could stay for a couple of nights in the spare room. Huh?
Yeah, you'll be very welcome, Liz.
Thanks.
Cheers. I'll give you that and I'll see you out.
Catch you all later, maybe.
Yeah, tonight.
She's pushy.
Hey, Benny.
Yes, mate.
Got a warrant to search Robbie Hart's place. Coming?
I'll dot the I's and cross the T's. He is a law student.
Yeah, they're all walking textbooks.
Joe, there's a hospital. The little girl that Robbie injured, she's out of surgery and her mum's ready to talk to us.
Oh, great. Jonesy?
No, he came straight through the lights and into us.
Right, did you see which direction he was looking just prior to the accident?
No, I couldn't tell you that. I just saw his car and suddenly he was right on us. Look, I really don't want to leave Talia on her own.
Can we talk to Talia, please, Mrs. Gudgeon?
Was that necessary? Is any of this necessary? He went through a red light.
Well, see, he's denying that. And so far, we don't have any other witnesses.
I'm a witness. He's lying. Look, my beautiful girl has been badly hurt. Why don't you just charge him?
Joe and Jonesy, that's funny.
I'm Joe as in Joanna, and it's Jonesy as in Constable Jones.
So, Talia, how's your leg?
Gonna have heaps of pins and screws in it. But Mum says it doesn't matter what the doctor says. It's gonna be right.
All she's ever wanted to do is be a ballet dancer.
I'm gonna be a prima ballerina at Covent Garden.
Covent Garden? Good on you.
I hope you remember us when you're famous.
Now, Talia, do you remember what colour the lights were when your mum drove through the intersection?
It was green. I don't reckon he even saw us, did he, Mum? Not till just before he hit us.
We had a siren on, did you hear that?
You mean you were already after him for something?
We wanted to speak to him regarding another matter, yeah.
I didn't hear anything because of the music. Did you, Mum?
No. Talia was listening to the piece she was going to be dancing tonight at the Mechanics Institute.
Dancing the lead part, eh?
Nah, but I'll get it next time for sure, Mum reckons.
You will tell.
So Techno Head runs the red and T-Bone's the Nutcracker Suite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Robbie reckons it happened the other way round. So who do we believe ran the red?
My money's on Robbie Hart, obviously.
It's still not easy to prove.
He was trying to evade us and driving like an idiot. It had to be him.
Yeah, but that still doesn't prove anything, Joe. I mean, the mum could have got distracted.
Yeah, but 100 to 1 it was him. He's a big-headed jerk who thought he could beat us by driving like Mark Webber. What does he do instead? Destroys a young girl's life.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far.
Do you ever have a dream, Jonesy?
Look, Talia's a great kid, Joe, but Covent Garden.
I don't want him wriggling out of this, okay?
What was your dream?
Yeah, like I'm going to tell a sensitive soul like you.
Gold! How many have we got?
50. That makes 51 out of the 52 that went missing.
Constable Jones, can you get on to the manager of the phone home store and ask him to come down and identify his property?
Is there anything for you,
Through
sir?
the interview room, thanks, Mr. Hart.
Yeah, I want to contact my solicitor now.
Yes, in a moment, Mr. Hart. PJ will.
Joe?
Yeah. Those through here, sir. You should know the way by now.
Just had a phone call from Mark Layla's old man about your friend, Robbie Hart, and why we might be interviewing him.
What's Mark Layla's old man got to do with Robbie Hart?
Friend of the family, evidently.
Well, he had one of the stolen mobiles on him. We recovered the rest from the garage. You know, there's no way he's getting out of this, no matter who his friends are.
Yeah, well, let's just make sure he doesn't, eh?
The flat's a place to crash while we're here on a uni break, that's all.
Right, so who do you think put the mobile phones in the garage?
Well, it could have been anybody. We have mates dropping in and out all the time.
We?
Yeah, Mark and me.
Oh, so both you and Mark share the flat?
Yeah, but this has got nothing to do with us.
So you buy a stolen mobile phone, then all these others just turn up at your place?
I mean, that is a bit of a coincidence, Robbie, don't you?
No, I bought a mobile phone. I didn't know it was a stolen mobile phone.
What'd you pay for it?
Can't remember.
Did you get a deal?
Well, $50, something like that.
Right, $50, 50 mobile phones, about $2.5 grand. There's a bit of money to be made.
No, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Mr. Hart's lawyer's here. PJ, Miss Stewart is here to see her client.
I'm Liz Stewart, Mr. Hart.
What?
I've been asked to represent Mr. Hart. Right. Start from the beginning.
I understood she was here for a probate case.
Well, I guess Liz's firm is associated with the Laylas. Young Mark is looking after his flatmate.
Favours done, favours owed.
If young Robbie Hart is found guilty of the burg, it's an indictable offence. That's what's worrying.
So Robbie gets tossed out of law school.
And he can kiss his career goodbye.
But why would that bother Mark Layla so much?
Ask him in for a chat. Let me know when he arrives. I'd like to sit in on this one.
Now, you know you don't have to answer any questions.
No, look, I'm here to help. That's why I came in.
Okay.
Now, you share a flat in Cobden Street. We're crashing there during the uni break, yes.
How long have you been there?
Less than a week. It's been a bit of a haze, you know, first year exams, you break out, you know how it is.
We executed a search warrant on the flat.
You found nothing in the actual dwelling or in Mr. Hart's room, I understand?
A quantity of stolen mobile phones was found in the garage, Ms. Stewart.
What can you tell us about those, Mark?
I don't know anything about them.
Do you know anybody who might?
No, I don't.
Can you tell us your whereabouts last night at about 8:30?
What I was doing?
Well, you and Robbie Hart share accommodation, and stolen property was found there.
Are you saying I'm under suspicion?
No, I just need you to answer the question.
I was having a beer, watching the telly.
And where was Robbie?
He went to the Imperial. I joined him later.
What time did he go out?
9.
Sure it wasn't early?
Oh, it was about 9.
Did he drive there?
No, we both walked. We were going out to a club later.
Did Robbie drive his Volvo at all yesterday?
No, see, the Volvo's just a heap we're using during the holidays. Anyone and everyone that drops into the flat uses it.
Senior Detective Hasham, I reminded that both Mr. Hart and Mr. Layla have careers that can be harmed by this.
No, Robbie didn't do this.
Well, are you here to give him an alibi?
No, I'm just trying to help.
Senior Detective, take care should you consider going further with this.
But I need to see Mr. Hasham.
He's not available, Benny.
Will you just tell him I called?
We will be making further inquiries in relation to this matter.
Well, my client's will only be in Mount Thomas for a few more days, Senior Sergeant. Your case is far from complete, you know.
Come on, that's lawyers speaking, you know it.
Peace offering. I will buy the wine to go with dinner tonight. I'll see you then. Why don't you join us, Joe?
I don't think so.
Wasn't very friendly, Joe.
Yes, well, I'm not feeling very friendly.
PJ, Benny Matthews was here, mate. He wants to talk to you about something.
Is he by himself, or has he got himself a hotshot lawyer as well?
But lawyers are only in it for the money.
Oh, from what I hear, coppers are only in it for the superannuation.
Oh, yeah, great. By the time I get it, you're too old to spend it.
You just can't take it, PJ. Can I call you Patrick?
He doesn't like full monikers. Says just stick to PJ. It's more wine.
What's the story? Ben thinks you're going to bite my head off.
No, pussycat. I haven't bitten someone for a week.
I like Patrick. What's the story?
It goes back a long way.
I'm all ears.
Stick to PJ.
Oh.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Well, it depends on how you say it.
PJ. PJ.
Enough,
PJ.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, good day.
All right. Give me the facts on PJ Hasham.
Come on, go.
Pretty easy going. Well, good copper. Likes to think he is.
No. No.
Just don't.
You think you're better than pretty good. Admit it.
PJ, some trouble at Shorty's. It's a nightclub.
One of the customers couldn't get a cubicle door open, so I went and took a look, and I found out why.
Oh, well, that was always going to happen.
Mate, you bloody idiot.
Patrick.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Hey, that OD tonight. He was one of your informants, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was a little druggie. He used to push a little dope around town. He helped me out with a bit of info sometimes.
So, no one special?
Good for nothing, Benny. Special. Nah.
Milk. So it's true. You are a pussycat.
Oh, geez, that poor little bastard. I mean, he tried to talk to me this morning and I didn't even give him the time of day. You know, I normally had to drag him by the scruff of the neck and... Tonight he had these...
So what, pieces that fit together?
pieces that don't fit together. I know he was trying to get clean. And a face I know from somewhere, the name of Cutter. Turned up at the Imperial. And I just saw him again at Shorty's, and I'm wondering why.
What worries me is that this scumbag's going to get off because he's got himself a hotshot lawyer.
We don't know that.
Robbie's a farm boy, right? Parents broke as broke can be. So how does he keep up with the
The
laws?
Joneses.
He commits a burg.
Well, yeah, possible.
So maybe this isn't a one-off offence.
Well, that makes sense.
PJ, you know what I reckon? Could be worth checking out Robbie Hart's place in Melbourne, seeing if we've got any stolen property there.
Yeah, why's that?
Because Joe reckons he makes a habit of knocking stuff off in order to keep up with his rich mate, Mark Layla.
No, we haven't got enough for a warrant.
Anthony Cutter? That's the guy from the Imperial.
Yep.
Well, what's our interest?
Benny Matthews OD'd at Shorty's nightclub last night.
Poor little drop kick.
Benny, are you okay about it?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
I read the report. It was pretty straightforward, wasn't it?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Here we go. Anthony John Cutter. Used and traffic heroin, violent affray, assault with a weapon. All associates in Melbourne and on the Gold Coast. He's worth a visit.
Yep, he's still here. As a matter of fact, he's extended his stay by another week. G'day, Merv.
G'day. G'day, PJ.
Hey, Merv?
Did you hear about Benny Matthews last night?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Good riddance to a piece of rubbish, eh?
Oh, that's a bit hard-hearted, Merv. Usual?
Yeah, why not?
Chris, is Cutter still in his room?
No, I saw him go through to the car park a couple of minutes ago.
What's he driving?
No, mate, I'll stay in at the pub. Yeah. No, it's cool. Yeah. Right, talk later.
Anthony John Cutter.
Sorry, Detective, can't spare the time.
Let me guess, on your way to the old war memorial.
You what?
Been out to the old gold mine yet?
Yeah, I've got the tourist map, thanks, mate.
What's what, who's who, huh?
Yeah.
Anthony, ever since I saw your head in town yesterday, little bells have been ringing. Now, I know you're not here on a holiday, are you?
No.
A business trip.
Yeah, I'm clean. I don't deal these days. No outstanding warrants, not even a parking ticket. You're wasting your time, Detective.
Saw you in Shorty's nightclub last night.
Yeah, the redhead gave it a rap.
Did you see Benny there?
Who?
Benny Matthews, local dope dealer. Hasn't used in a while, but whatever he used last night blew him away.
Look, Detective, do you want me to say it again? I don't deal anymore.
Tony, I want you to enjoy the sights.
Yeah, well.
But me, I'll be watching you.
I'm trembling. Detective.
Benny would have thought all these Christmases had come at once.
Oh, thanks, Evan.
Now Benny is dead, and I want to find out why.
Does that mean everything else goes on the back burner, does it?
What?
What, the Robbie Hart case? I don't think we can get him for the driving charges. It's the burg we've got to go for.
Nobody is shelving a case against Robbie Hart, Constable.
Yeah, well, good. Get him for the burg, he won't be able to practice law, ever.
Geez, it must have been some dream you didn't fulfil.
What are we talking about here?
I just want a bit of justice for the kid, boss. Night before last, night of the burglary at the phone home shop.
Yeah, like I said, Robbie came in just after 9.
Was he uptight, hyped up, what?
No, he seemed happy as usual. Started off with a small beer.
Started off with a small beer?
Well, then Mark came in, so he switched to the top shelf, trying to big note himself as usual. Same again, Merv?
No, just saving you the walk. See ya.
See? Are you sure Robbie didn't approach anyone before Mark came in?
Well, only Merv. Isn't that right, Merv? Robbie shouted you beer the other night, didn't he?
Who's that?
Sorry, you tend to forget about Merv. He's such a fixture around here, you don't notice him.
Hey, watch it.
Young Robbie Hart shouted you a beer the other night.
I cannot tell a lie.
What was the occasion?
Well, we were doing a deal about an item of electronic wizardry. I can't even work out how to turn the bloody thing on.
Merv, I could just kiss you.
Hey?
Mr. Hart!
What do you want?
We'd like to ask you a few questions.
What about?
About this phone you claim to have bought.
So?
Well, Merv Poole says that you sold him a phone on the night of the break-in at the phone home store.
No, not me.
Do you know Mr. Poole?
Yeah, so? Everybody knows him.
He's a mate of yours, is he?
That old fool. You kidding, aren't you?
Well, then why would you shout him a beer?
Who said I did?
Merv says you clinched the deal with the beer. The publican Chris Riley also remembers you buying him a drink.
Yeah, well, she's got it wrong.
Right. So she's got it wrong and Merv's
Well,
got it
apparently, yeah.
I don't think so, Mr. Hart. Mr. Paul will identify you.
wrong. And this phone that we have in our possession, I bet it's got your prints all over it.
To compare with what? I don't have a criminal record, and I don't have to give you my fingerprints.
So you'd know that being a law student, would you? Mate, we can forcibly take your prints if we have to.
Robert Hart, you're under arrest for the burglary at the phone home shop in Penhope Road.
Don't do this.
I intend to interview you at Mount Thomas Station. I must inform you you're not obliged to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be given in evidence.
Do you realise what this will do to me?
Oh, so you're making an admission to us?
No, I didn't do it.
I must also inform you of the following rights. You have the right to communicate or attempt to communicate with a friend or relative to inform that person.
Look, I didn't do this. I am innocent.
Liz Stewart's finished conferring with her client. They're asking to see you.
Ready to confess?
Good work, Parrish.
You want to sit in?
No, you interview him. Oh, listen, if he confesses to the burglary, see if you can get an admission that he ran the red light to stop being questioned about the stolen mobile.
Well, I've brought some good news. The man who was driving the other car will probably be charged with what we call driving in a manner dangerous, as well as being charged with another crime he committed.
And he'll go to jail?
Probably not. But he had a dream too, Talia. That dream's over for him now.
What was his dream?
To be a lawyer. But you can't do that if you've been convicted of a serious crime.
I feel sorry for him.
Why? He brought it on himself.
Anyway, all you have to do now is get out of hospital, work hard at your physio. I bet you'll be up and dancing again a lot sooner than you think.
Yep. Got to invite Jonesy to the opening night?
Mechanics Institute. Booked 2 tickets.
Covent Garden.
Hey, how's the kid?
Feeling a lot better now.
Good. We dance this one late before she knows it, eh?
Yeah, score 1 for the good guys, Jonesy.
Yeah.
What?
Well, they're still in there.
But Robbie's been charged, right?
Not yet.
What? Why not?
Well, we don't know. PJ's still talking to him.
So do we have a deal?
Detective Asham?
Come in, Constable. Close the door. Why should we believe this?
Well, despite what you might think, I'm not a liar.
We need evidence.
Yeah, I'll give you evidence when you give me something. Do you want to tell him?
Well, I think it's in the interest of the police to consider the fact that burglary and theft is a comparatively minor offence.
But what about Talia and her mum? They both could have been killed by this idiot.
That's another matter.
I'm talking about helping you solve a murder.
You what? You're not seriously listening to this.
Robbie Hart is claiming that Benny Matthews was murdered.
And you believe that?
Why don't you believe it, Parrish?
Why hasn't he said anything before?
Because he's too scared to come forward because of the people involved.
So can we do a deal on this?
The Office of Public Prosecutions would have to agree to it.
I can't go along with any of this.
Joe, Benny was showing signs that he was clean. Now suddenly he's found dead from an overdose.
Clean? Look, I hate to break the news to you, PJ, but Benny was a druggie. And how can you tell when a druggie's lying? Every time he opens his mouth.
Yes, all right. Now, even so, we still have to consider the possibility that a murder may have been committed and that Robbie Hart may be able to help us.
But where does that leave Talia and her mum? I told them he was being charged.
Joe, we still have him on the manner dangerous charge.
But he's dead to rights on the bird. Come on, PJ, we've got him cold.
Joe, we are talking about a murder here. Now, we have to take into consideration the relative seriousness of the two crimes.
Oh, so what Robbie Hart claims you can offer us justifies him walking away scot-free, does it?
We'll have to reserve our judgment on that. Now, do you think we ought to proceed or don't you?
Yes, I do. Sorry, Joe. Joe, I got calls to make.
Look, Robbie Hart would do anything to save his career. That's all there is to this. Why make a deal?
We haven't made any deals yet, Joanna.
Right, but he mentions the name Benny Matthews and you're on the case. Benny was a drug dealer.
Oh, look, he was still a human being.
What about the kid, Talia? She needs to know someone's on her side, that somebody cares.
We all care. It's a matter of priorities.
Yeah, and our top priority should be to make sure Robbie Hart never practices law.
Look, we're looking at a possible murder charge here.
If you do a deal, he walks. What does that say about Justice Talia and her mum?
I've spoken to Mr. Hart, and he's able to offer a description of a man he believes may have been involved.
May have.
You know, he was an alright guy in his own way.
Who are we talking about?
Benny. I mean, nobody around here gave him credit. When I was about 14, 15 at Mount Thomas High, I went and saw Benny about getting some drugs because I was studying hard, really hard. He told me to get lost. He said something that I'll never forget. He said, "Take a look at me, mate. You don't want to end up like me."
I know you said that you went to Shorty's nightclub last night. What happened there?
Well, I saw Benny and another guy arguing in the toilet. This guy said something like, "You'll do what you're told." Benny told him to F off. And then the other guy had a go at Benny.
What happened next?
Well, then he threw Benny against one of the half-open cubicle doors.
What did Benny do?
Well, he was terrified. He kept yelling out, "Don't, don't, don't."
So what did you do?
Well, I bailed. Before they could see me.
Can you describe this man?
Yeah. A bit taller than me. Short hair. Stocky. Yeah, he looked really dodgy.
What colour hair?
Well, brown. Like yours.
That's it?
If there's anything else, we need to know.
Mr. Hart may be risking his personal safety.
Are you saying you don't believe me?
Well, you haven't given us much at all.
May I have some more time with my client, please?
Yes, all right. But think about this. You're asking us to reconsider some very serious charges against you. We don't do that lightly. We need more.
He has got more. He is running scared.
Yes.
He's desperate, boss. He'd say anything.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Well, as soon as she's finished with him, we do a full interview. If we get what we need, then we'll release him and prepare a brief and a report for the OPP.
And the charges against him are dropped just like that?
No, Parish. The OPP will sit on our report, and if and when a murder trial takes place, and if and when there is a conviction, then they will decide whether to grant him an indemnity against prosecution.
Senior Sergeant, Inspector Falcon Price, line 4.
All I need. I'll take it in my office.
Just transferring you now,
Hey,
sir.
Jay. I think there's someone you should meet. Talia, this is Senior Detective Hashem. He's leading the investigation into the man who ran into you.
Hi, Talia. How are you feeling?
Better.
Good.
Did the doctor say when you'll be able to get back to dancing?
At this stage, it looks like
We
she's
don't
gonna...
care what he says. Mum, you're the one that said never give up.
Well, if you love something, you have to do it. Don't ever change, Talia.
No way. If I don't dance, I'm just ordinary.
You're not ordinary. You'll never be ordinary.
I am, Mum. But when people dance, they never feel ordinary.
I'm proud of you, darling. What's happening, Joe? Detective, why are you here?
Try not to worry. Just came to warn you we're not so sure what charges we'll be able to lay against the man who crashed into you.
You're saying he might get off.
Well, we're still assessing the strength of the case that we have.
What?
Jen, I'm sorry. Nothing's...
You can't do that! The surgeon says she's always going to walk with a limp. I want the bastard who did this to my lovely little girl to know what he's done. Don't let him get away with this, please.
You want to be a detective, Joe? Separate the job from your emotions.
Like you never get emotional. Look, I just want you to know who we're doing this to.
The point is, the description that Hart gave us fits Tony Cutter, and Cutter works for bad people.
Well, how do you know Robbie Hart's stories and a load of bull?
Well, if it is, I never set foot in law school again.
Okay, so how do you see it?
Okay. Hardcore dealers going to move into town, Joe. They're going to target little kids like Talia. Now, you want to talk about broken dreams? All right, the way it goes is this. The OPP sits on the report and brief of evidence. We've given them until after the murder trial, then they make the decision.
No, that's not good enough.
Well, in the event of a conviction, Detective Hashem, can we assume a high degree of likelihood that Mr. Hart would get his indemnity?
Well, that's the probable outcome. Everything is conditional on you giving us real evidence against Anthony Cutter.
I told you. He heavied Benny. He threatened him and then he killed him. Isn't that enough? What more do you want me to say?
What we want are the full facts of this matter.
You know what I think? I think this story of yours is a fabrication.
No.
Senior Sergeant, we're wasting our time.
No, I told you what I saw.
Yeah, you told us you saw an altercation between Tony Cutter and Benny Matthews. Now, what does that prove?
Do you know Anthony Cutter?
No.
Well, he's known to us, and he's not going to make any admissions. We need real evidence.
Will he know who gave you the information?
We can't make any guarantees one way or the other.
Your mate Benny's dead, but I'm not going to be protected. But I saw him. I went back, looked in, and I saw him down on the floor. The other guy, Tony Cutter, had a syringe in his hand like this.
Were there any other witnesses?
I don't think so.
Did you tell anyone else about this?
Well, I'd had a fair bit to drink, so I'm not 100% sure now, but... Well, I think I told Mark.
You think?
Well, I was totally freaked out, all right?
What's he saying?
Do you know a Tony Cutter?
No, I don't.
About 180 centimetres, dark brown hair, medium build.
I don't know him.
Didn't see him at Shorty's nightclub last night?
Not that I remember, no.
You see Benny Matthews there?
I might have seen him, yes.
Who was he with?
I don't know, I just caught a glimpse of him in the mob.
Was he on his own?
I don't know. Look, I don't know what any of this is about.
Did Robbie Hart go into the toilet before you left?
The toilet? Yeah, I guess so.
And when he returned, how did he act?
Well, he was looking pretty sick, as he can't take his grog.
Did he say anything to you?
About what?
About anything that might have happened in there.
He just said he wanted to go home. He said something like, "Let's get out of here, mate."
Nothing else?
I don't remember anything else. What do you want me to say?
Mark, what are you afraid of?
I don't know what you want from me.
The truth, Mark.
You don't know how it is.
What?
You don't know how it is for us. You have absolutely no idea.
About?
About what it takes, what it's like. Do you have any idea what it takes to get into law?
I'm sure you work very hard, Mark.
Hard? You think you even know what that word means? We work. We work like you couldn't believe.
And failure isn't an option, is that what you're saying? That your mate Robbie is lying to protect his career?
No, I never said he was lying. I just can't help you. I don't know what Robbie says he saw.
Mr. Layla is free to go, but we may want to talk to him again. PJ?
You look like you could do with a drink. We'll go to the pub tonight. Yeah. Imperial, anyone?
Not in the mood, thanks.
You don't give a person much of a chance, do you, Joe?
Not when our two lawyers-to-be are walking out of here and Talia's still in hospital.
That's because the case against them hasn't yet been proved.
Robbie Hart is guilty and he's lying about Benny to save his own skin.
Well, you know that, do you?
I know he'd sell his own soul to stay in law school. Become another rich lawyer with his mate Mark.
There you go, Joe.
Joe, we're not all rich. And I haven't sold my soul.
Well, as long as you're sure about that.
I need to talk to you about Robbie Hart.
What, that stuff about Benny keeping him off drugs?
You knew what he was doing?
Yep.
Well, there's more to it than that. I probably shouldn't be saying anything, but I think I said more than I should to Robbie.
Go on.
Well, he complained about your attitude, and I said that a friend had died. I think he put the two and two together. Not perfect. I apologise.
Nah.
Patrick?
Nah. Okay, so do we believe his story about Tony Cutter topping Benny or not?
Robbie's still my client. I can't go into this with the detective investigating him.
Well, why is Mark Lader still protecting this
You know,
man?
I can't discuss Mark with you anymore either.
Why does that surprise me,
I
Elizabeth?
represent
Why?
my clients to the best of my ability, but I've made a mistake. I'll withdraw from the case tomorrow. Not as clever as I thought I was.
No, you saw through Robbie's little con trick. That was pretty clever.
You're too kind.
There was a real reason why Robbie linked Benny to Cutter.
So you don't think this is just a fairy story?
I think it's time we had a word to our Mr. Cutter.
Do you want to talk about a deal?
Deal?
Yeah, while we're sharing here. I will be kind to coppers. You be kind to lawyers. Does it sound like an interesting idea?
I'll think about it.
PJ! Cutter's here. He's gone to the Dunnies.
What here?
Mark Layloy, Stas lose everything by being dragged into this, right? So why is he sticking by Robbie?
We'll make a detective of you yet, Constable Parrish.
There he is. And there's Cutter now.
Making a few visits?
Third time in the last half hour.
Big flatter?
Yeah, right. Works the floor, outside for a smoke, back to the toilet.
Wait here.
PJ?
Job you can't do.
Busted. Mark Laylaw went in.
We are.
What? Do we go after him?
We can't prove a thing. He plants his stuff in a cubicle. The customers go in to collect or use.
So did Benny use no D? Or is Robbie telling us the truth?
Nobody is telling us the truth, Joanna. Nobody.
He wasn't in there long enough to use?
Call the boss, collect Robbie Hart, get him down to the station.
You'd almost feel sorry for him, couldn't you?
Dance. You fed us a pack of lies, Mark. You told us you didn't know Tony Cutter.
I don't. I just heard about how it was done. It was a one-off, detective, honestly.
Is he here?
Yes, he's here.
Who's here?
Never mind about that, Mark. It's you we want to talk to.
Now, Mark, possession of this amount of heroin could indicate that you were dealing.
No.
You're saying that's for your own personal use?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't deal. You've got to believe that.
Well, it's not up to us.
It's you. It's you and your lot. You could help me, but you won't.
Blame us.
What do you mean?
Robbie knew all about your drug use. Isn't that why you were trying to help him? So he'd keep quiet?
But you couldn't commit straight-out perjury for him, could you? Your father wouldn't like it if you got thrown out of law as well.
Are you saying you found out about this through Robbie? He put you on to me?
No. I'm saying we found out about your drug use by working harder than you could believe.
I want to call my father. I have a right to call him, and I know my rights.
Okay. You may make a phone call. He'll be saving a fortune in university fees.
Now, you can use the phone in my office if you like.
Sorry, here, Mr. Layla?
Yeah, thanks a lot, mate. I'm gone.
What do you want about?
Oh, don't play innocent with him, bastard. We had a deal.
Settle down.
Look, he's just trying to save his own hide.
Shut up!
He didn't see any murder. He saw Benny on the dunny room floor, crying like a baby. You know, he had a good laugh about it later, didn't you, Robbie, mate? You know, Cutter left him in there with the gear. He didn't murder anybody. Robbie even saw Benny using the gear. Benny just OD'd.
Come with me, please, Mr. Layla. Perhaps you'd care to change your state.
You know, you've got no class, Robbie.
Mark,
you're a loser.
shut up. Sit down. Now, Tony Cutter is a standover man and a drug dealer. Do you really think it was clever to accuse him of murder, Robbie?
He wouldn't have been convicted. He's got
And
contacts.
after he got off, you don't think he would have come for you? Huh? No courtroom, no judge, no jury, just you and him? You think you could handle that, Robbie? No. It takes more ticker than you've got, son.
Out of my way.
As the sun slowly rises in Mount Thomas.
Yeah, I finished my business here, Detective.
Take a walk, Constable Parrish.
Sure.
My mate Benny OD'd on the stuff you sold him.
Arrest me.
He had a sense of humour.
He cared about his friends, little scum that he was.
Get out of my way.
Between you and me, the rules don't apply.
Are you clear?
Yes.
Justice for Benny, Joe.
The man who hurt you is very sorry he did.
Did he say that?
Trust me, he is. And bought you something.
Well, say thanks, Charles.
I don't know what it is yet. But I know what I think it is. Mum.
They're beaut.
Thanks.
Well, you don't need an audience for a dream.
Long night.
Oh, yeah. But a good result.
Well, I rang Mr. Layla, and he's bringing in a bigger gun.
Robbie?
Lost cause seems to be the term going round.
It's pretty brutal.
Oh, well, we're not all like my big brother in the Stewart family.
Didn't play the cornet or bang the tambourine on street corners.
No. So I think I'm more like you.
Which is?
Make my own rules. Don't give a damn.
Just let it cool down. Just...
Oh, Patrick, what's happening here? You're just an interesting. Ben's an afternoon shift. Won't be back for hours. No strings. And there's no one else.